It doesn't matter if you're watching this on the 4th of July or on the 4th of December. In fact, 365 days a year, there are great TV and film presidents for us to enjoy. And today, we're going to take a journey into some of the very best.
Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Mr. President,
Mr. Ambassador, you may not know much about me. But what you should know is that I'm about as straight a shooter as you're going to find in Washington. So you should believe me when I tell you that I do not want, as my first act as Commander-in-Chief, to attack Iran.
Tom Kirkman is a man who was never meant to be president. He was the Secretary for Housing and Urban Development. He was a professor. He was an advisor. But he's certainly not someone who has the experience to take on POTUS and be the most powerful politician in the world. But when everyone is killed in a terrorist attack on the State of the Union address and he is the designated survivor, he has no choice but to take on this big role in politics.
Because I believe that God, whomever you hold that to be, hears all prayers, even if sometimes the answer is no. So may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord lift up his divine countenance upon you and give you peace.
Tom Beck is one of the presidents on the list that has a big problem to deal with. The problem being the imminent end of human civilization as an asteroid is careering towards Earth. But who do you want in that situation playing your president? Well, Morgan Freeman. Of course you want Morgan Freeman. And he does it with a plum, because Morgan Freeman's portrayal of Tom Beck has one of the most rousing speeches in it of any TV show or movie that features a fake president. This is a man who's not going to cower in a bunker whilst the asteroid crashes into Earth. He's going to face it head on, and he's going to hope and pray that everyone gets through it.
And if you want to talk about character, Bob, you better come at me with more than a burning flag and a membership card. If you want to talk about character and American values, fine. Just tell me where and when, and I'll show up. This is a time for serious people, Bob, and your 15 minutes are up. My name is Andrew Shepard, and I am the president.
An idealistic and courageous president overseeing a West Wing of the White House filled with people with bright ideas trying to change the world. Well, that's what Andrew Shepard is doing in The American President, and he's played by Michael Douglas in this film that is written by Aaron Sorkin. Now, you might, if you're a fan of TV, know where this is going. Yes, indeed, Andrew Shepard is essentially the forerunner of Jed Bartlett in The West Wing.
Mr. President, welcome aboard, sir.
Right, that's enough talk. It's time for some action. And people seem to forget that the President of the United States of America isn't just a president, he is the Commander-in-Chief. But you certainly can't forget that when you see Harrison Ford playing James Marshall in Air Force One, the excellent action film that sees him taken hostage in his plane along with many others, including members of his family. But one thing that James Marshall does is he puts everyone first ahead of himself, the American people and the hostages. And as we see in the culmination of the film, he's the last person to get away.
The 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Bill Pullman's Thomas J. Whitmore is a man who delivers what can only be described as the greatest speech of an American president on film.
The most patriotic thing that we can all do today is to keep living our lives. So I urge you all, go back to work, go back to school, because the freedom we enjoy, the freedom that we earn every day, is the very thing that will defeat our enemies and keep us strong. God bless America.
Over the seasons of 24, Jack Bauer has quite a close personal relationship with quite a few different presidents of the United States. Now, how realistic it is that someone working in CTU would have such close relationships with presidents remains a debating issue in television terms, but let's not worry about that for now. What we do know is that David Palmer is one of the best presidents in 24. He's no Charles Logan. Remember him? He wasn't much good, was he? No, David Palmer is a president that believes in Jack Bauer, and he's a man who believes that he has to put his neck on the line to ensure that the terrorists are defeated through Jack Bauer's crazy madcap schemes from time to time.
Here's my question. What are the next 10 words of your answer? Your taxes are too high, so are mine. Give me the next 10 words. How are we going to do it? Give me 10 after that. I'll drop out of the race right now.
Of course, our final president is one of the great TV and movie presidents. It's Jed Bartlet, who's played by Martin Sheen in The West Wing. This is a president who is full of idealism and brilliant speeches that come from the pen of Aaron Sorkin. This is a man who oversees a White House full of smart people who want to change the world. And when you watch the show, you feel like you should be changing the world too.